Look, Garrett got official and got headphones and shit.
I did. I did.
He looks like he's about to do a quest
better.
on Destiny.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't played that in so long.
Well, if you do decide to hop back on, I know me, Todd, sometimes Drew, have been utilizing our YouTube channel to stream some fun gameplay on various shit. I tried to today, yeet, with Logan, but it turned into a clusterfuck. But that's a whole other thing.
Joe,
But
did you beat Doom?
no, so
Oh, dude, you gotta go back. It's so good.
No, I'm there. I had a good 2 week period where I was MIA from you guys. I hardly did any content, hardly did anything because of my work schedule. But guys.
Working the corner's hard work, man.
I have some good news.
Still work.
After this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all right? And we all know I go into work at 11. I get out at 7. Well, scheduled to, but I get mandated till 3 o'clock a lot of the time. Wednesday, I go in at 11, and my midnight shift ends at 7. But at 7 a.m., officially, it becomes a day shifter. So my first day shift is actually me working an overtime shift from my last midnight shift.
So you're basically getting mandated, but under a new job title.
Right, but I'll get out at 3 o'clock and not have to come in that night.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So,
Right.
Yeah, so
That's,
4 letters.
That is so state.
Yeah, that's how that works.
That is so state. That's crazy.
So the only way that'll affect us from now on is if I get mandated Tuesdays night.
Yeah, until into the afternoon, which again could always happen to me as well, and it has happened to me. Actually, it's when you guys have run that. Before we get into the obvious, he doesn't.
Marijuana doesn't need people there all the time.
That's true.
Before we get into that, the regular stuff, UWE, watch the shows, get caught up before they start relaunching here in September. They're going to be recorded. But until then, if you want to be a wrestler, a manager, valet, a referee, go to UWE, Upstate Wrestling Entertainment in Oneida. Classes Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
And
do it up. Do it up.
And if you don't want to become a wrestling manager, if you don't want to become a referee, if you don't want to become a wrestler, and you just want to spectate, do you know what always enhances spectation for me, Todd?
Naked men?
Besides naked men.
No, that's what he spectates. What enhances that is
little bit of
marijuana.
And if you follow the trail me and Todd are going to pave this Friday morning out to Onondaga Boulevard, out there in Syracuse, wedged in there in between, not Walgreens, Wegmans and Limp Lizard, you will find the mecca of marijuana itself, Joe's Buds.
I'm going to look up to see if Limp Lizard is going to be, what time they open. Maybe we can grab something on the way out because I'm really I just want to try the place. We talk about it so much.
Well, if we plan on being out there at 10, so we'll leave there at 9. You know what, Todd? I will look it up right now. It's July 4th though. They're not going to be open.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, Joe's open.
Yeah,
but
that's
the thing. It's a holiday.
It's the biggest barbecuing holiday in the country. You think
it really is.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something in the fucking crock pot just to spite the barbecue. Crock pot 4th of July, bitches.
They open at 11 a.m. though, Todd.
Yeah.
So if they're open, they're open. We can call later and find out. If not, but me and Todd are going to be, we'll say vlogging and turn it into an episode of Todd and Joe. It's actually Todd and
live?
Joe. Well, we're going to go live, but we're going to record
on
a
Facebook.
bunch of it.
Okay.
And we're going to record out there, and it's going to be the Harold and Kumar equivalent to Todd and Joe. Todd and Joe go to Joe's Buds. 8 letters, 2 words, Joe's Buds. All right,
Yeah,
so that is...
And you haven't been there. And
Yeah.
so now you get, so it's like, it's going to be fun for me to see because it'd be like your first experience walking into there and seeing everything and seeing, oh, I don't know, maybe a poster with two
Well,
sexy
speaking
studs
of
on it.
which, my mentor, my surrogate father, and Todd's acquaintance, Joe Simons, posted a video from Joe's Buds last week, and in it, you saw two very handsome, one of them was very well coiffed men, posted on that wall. So again, all I have to say is 8 letters, 2 words. Joe's Buds. Joe Simons is the man.
We gotta get him to open one in like the Utica, New Hartford area.
So Todd can
Then
just
we
run
can
it
work
and
at it. Yeah, dude.
be, yeah. So, Night of the Champions, guys.
Dude,
We
not
don't-
a champion.
We don't care about SmackDown. What's everybody's overall feeling before we get into the nitty gritty? Garrett looks like he just got deflated.
No, you know what? Let's run through this because that deflatedness is going to bring me back to a question of something that Todd said that raised a huge question in my brain. So we're going to go through
5
this.
cocks in your mouth is not too many.
It's not too many. It's not 6. We're starting to push it.
They call that a dick's pack.
Hold on. Hold on.
That was quick, Joe. That was quick, Joe. High five.
Hey. Go ahead, Todd.
Just an FYI, I have not watched it because I was driving to Pennsylvania during the day Saturday, and then I drove back, and then I did some shit, and I was tired, and then I just didn't get a chance to yesterday. So I know the results.
Right.
I've seen a couple of things, but I didn't actually watch it. I just haven't had the time to really like sit down and watch it. But I do know the results, so I mean that's at least I can weigh in on like my thoughts on that. But like the rest of the matches, that's like that'll be you guys. I'll
So
just
here's my
stare at
second
you
question
like
though. Then Todd, did you watch Raw last night?
this. Yes, might have fallen asleep here and there, but yes. After I remembered it was on. No, I'm sorry. After my girlfriend was like, "Hey, is Raw on right now? Because here's a picture of new tag team champions," and I'm like, "Shit, I forgot it went on at 6." So I turned it on at like quarter.
So
to 6.
I totally forgot, and then when Todd messaged, I had just remembered. So I was about an
pissed 'cause I was so
hour.
excited.
I was about an hour late to it.
Yeah. I didn't get to it at all. I could have, had it been later. Obviously, I could have gone back and started it, but then I was like, I'm busy. So.
All right, I will get into the review in just 1 second. I'm just sharing the post because I'm like, hey, nobody's commented. And I was like, because we didn't share it yet.
Oh, yeah.
And we got to figure out how to put a different intro instead of watch our show. Todd
Yeah, I
pointed that
don't,
out.
yeah,
Yeah.
I got it. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah, that's dumb.
all right. We're all good. All right, guys. Night of the Champions 2025. We return to Riyadh. Is that how they say it? Riyadh, Saudi
Riyadh.
Arabia. Riyadh, Riyadh. It's all very,
Riyadh?
very similar sounding. For its Night of Champions premium live event on Saturday. And it was headlined by our undisputed WWE champion, John Cena. Defending against the best in the world, CM Punk, in the final chapter of their epic rivalry. All right.
I really hope that's not the end of it because, like, how I had said with Todd, it was a rehash of everything we've seen. There was zero of anything new there.
Really was.
It was disappointing,
So
honestly.
does that mean that Cody is gonna wrestle Cena at SummerSlam?
So that we'll let's figure all that out because I have no idea what the fuck is going on currently. Okay, I watched this. I've looked at everything. I don't fucking get it. All right, so we started off with Cody versus Randy, King of the Ring thing, and let me tell you, if neither one of them saw a chiropractor after this fucking match, they are dumb. Because before the Cody Cutters and RKOs, everybody's spinal cord must look like a fucking just pressed in everything just crushed.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit. I dug the match. The match was fun. I had a great time watching it. But it just, I don't know. It kind of, I don't know. I don't know where they were going because nobody came off looking stronger or better than the other.
Right.
And going down the route of, oh, Randy's going to untie the turnbuckle, and then, oh, he's going to fuck up, and then he's the one that's going to hit it. I get it. It's a classic Randy move, especially Legend Killer style. Randy, I don't know. I'm confused by the dub, I guess. I don't know, because it just, I don't know. The Viper was just, he looks great. He doesn't look like he's had his spine reattached to his body about 1 million times.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to end up being the top heel in WWE within the next year. Especially if he's the one who takes the belt off of Cena.
Yeah.
I think if he takes the belt off of Cena at the end, if it's Randy that does it, I don't know if that's because Triple H always sets seeds. It just
after we talk about Cena Punk, I'm going to come back to the winner of this. So I have an idea that I would like to see. So I don't know. I get your point. They both looked.
I didn't really
top,
care who
so what was
won.
the point? Yeah.
Yeah, and like they've been teasing Cody going heel for a while now.
Since he's been back.
Been a perfect
since he's
time.
been back. Oh, Scott Stomper's
Todd,
on here.
it's a match worth watching. Let's look.
Scott Stomper's on here.
See what he says. Live stream. Yeet. 4 letters, 1 word. Right. Yeah, I did it. I broke kayfabe, Mr. Stomper. Huh? Yeah, I knew you before you even knew how to wipe your own ass. Anyways, it was a good match. Todd, watch it. It just doesn't do anything. And then we had Raquel Rodriguez versus Mommy. And let me tell you, this was interesting. But it's not a Judgment Day match without what, guys?
Some interference. Some interference.
And by that, we got it in the most adorable package possible by Little Miss Roxanne Perez. And she came in and I think they're trying to kick out Raquel from Judgment Day. But I'm gonna put a TV timeout in. A little bit of TV timeout. So the graphic of Judgment Day on WWK25 now includes Roxanne Perez, but guess who it doesn't include anymore?
Who?
Liv.
The more and more I see is that her injury is awful.
And that's fine and everything.
Awful.
But it looks like Roxanne's going to. It looks like Roxanne's is like kind of set to fill in her spot.
Yeah.
I mean, she's going to have to, even if they lose them immediately. So, I don't know.
It'll be interesting. Well, no, I mean lose her spot in Judgment Day. I think Dirty Dom might have a new little muse.
Oh, I mean that'll be fun. Mm-hmm. It's like she takes her place totally and completely, and then Liv comes back.
That's what I think is going to set up.
Dom.
So we had because of this wonderful street fight that we got. It was actually a great match. A lot of kendo sticks.
Yeah, it's
Bunch
Rhea
of shots to
Ripley.
the ribs of Ripley. Yeah, like it would. But Roxanne's the one who interfered, and she was trying to get in the good graces there of Miss Rodriguez, but she got her ass tossed. And with the project, Mommy threw Miss Rodriguez off the table, assisted with a riptide from the top rope. It was pretty brutal. I thought she died. I did.
By God, I think she's dead.
Like, yo. And that, so it was funny in the beginning when Rhea gets whipped with the kendo stick. And then she takes off her studded belt and starts whipping the shit out of Raquel Rodriguez. And I'm not going to lie. Kind of dug it a little bit. I might have to go get Maria a studded belt. Just saying. Just throwing it out there,
Give me
guys.
one.
Yours has nails in it.
Damn. That's
Anyway, also, it's a nice little change in Perez's stuff. It had purple and black now. Rhea wins. And then we had Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. This, and I think I don't know if you guys said it. I know I thought it prior to the match. This might end up being match of the night, and it was pretty fucking good.
Yeah, of course it was going to be good because it's these two. What we said last week, Joe, because you weren't here, was that I love Sami Zayn and I want him to be world champ. It's the thing I want most out of WWE is Sami Zayn as world champ. However, this match, he did not need to win. It didn't need to be on Night of Champions. Night of Champions used to be
Just belts.
just belts, which is exactly what it should be, and it's not. I'm not even happy with the end of King and Queen of the Ring being there. I want all belts one night. It's Night of Champions. It's stupid. With that said, Cross needs the push he deserves, and then having him wrestle Sami Zayn and lose is not going to help. Does nothing for him. Kind of sucks.
I agree.
Again, but love Sami Zayn and want him to
He-
have the title. So
He's in this real shitty purgatory of a character right now. And
yeah, I don't know
like
what they're doing.
they should have put him with Judgment Day in the beginning, and it just didn't
Yeah.
happen. But like Garrett just said, great match. Sami Zayn won. That's about it.
Yeah, that's about it. I mean,
Then we had
great match. Oh, here it was.
so that my favorite.
We didn't
match.
see it coming.
I'm not saying it's the best match of the night.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
My favorite match of the night. Solo
Yeah.
versus Jacob for the US belt. So I didn't realize that WWE has signed the whole island of Samoa. Because that's what it
Yes.
fucking feels like right now.
Yes, it's
Holy
it's
shit.
all
Right, so
it's
I'm
Samoans
going
and Tongans everywhere.
So I'm just going to go right through it,
Do it.
and I'm going to give the full recap of this beautiful, beautiful thing of chaos.
hold on.
So,
hold on.
Solo
Real-
pulled
real
out all
quick.
the
Hold on,
stops on
hold on,
Saturday.
Hold on. Real quick. Real quick. Continue.
Okay. Solo pulled out all the stops Saturday and defeated Jay to win the U.S. Championship, the first singles title of his career. It started with the arrival of J.C. Mateo and continued with the return of Tonga Loa before culminating in the debut of the monstrous. What are they calling him?
So he normally went by Hikuleo, but apparently his WWE name
another-
is going to be Talatonga.
And then there's Tamatonga, right?
And then
Tama
Tamatonga.
Tonga.
So it's going to be
Yes.
Talatonga, Tamatonga, and Tongaloa.
Culminating in debut. All right, Talatonga. All right. So the 7-foot-tall member of the Bloodline obliterated Jacob, destroyed him, delivering a choke slam onto the announce table that took out his likeness. Jacob is no longer a werewolf. He has been cured of that by the newest member of the Toga party, whatever it is.
Toga party.
The match itself featured some solid physicality, but there's not much in the way of chemistry between Fatu and Sikoa, which I'm going to agree with. It didn't get fun till the end. The late match hijinks from the heels and the memorable debut of the new Tonga should make for an interesting next chapter in the rivalry. Of interest was the commentary team noting that while Sakota celebrated with his associates, Fatu was left alone. Who does Jacob recruit for backup? I wonder.
Zilla Fatu.
Jesus Christ. No.
Yeah, dude.
Are you kidding me? Roman and him are gonna.
It has to
he's
be.
gonna be Roman's new solo.
It has to be. It has to be like they got to get Zilla Fatu, and then I don't know, like I don't know. It's so crazy. They got Jimmy.
So
Maybe
one
Jay
of the
comes
funniest
back.
things was Michael Cole. Apparently, they hadn't decided what to call him yet, because Michael Cole goes, "That's Tongaloa, Tamatonga, and their brother." Like he had no idea what to call him. So then, after the beautiful orgy, we got the Queen of the Ring final, Asuka versus Jade. And holy giant-size X-Men #1, Jade Cargill looked like Storm jumping out of the fucking comic book pages in that outfit. Great choice. Great choice. I dug it.
She should just needs to get her acting chops up, which are probably decent, and she should be Storm. Period.
I should be Storm.
Yeah, dude, it was great. The match itself, just match was not pretty.
I
The
am
chemistry that
glad.
they had last year.
I am
there
glad she
anymore.
won though.
Yeah, more times than not, they appeared to kind of not be in sync at all. Cargill kind of appeared to struggle with the pace Asuka was setting. Asuka just seemed that much more at home, I guess.
Yeah, she's such a pro.
But Jade wins.
Yeah, I mean,
Then
I think she needs. To
we
push.
had CM Punk versus John Cena. Oh, I agree. She needs to do something.
Yeah.
This was interesting to say. All right. So we had the two iconic superstars face off. They've done this a million times. This is supposed to be the last one. It started as a battle between the two all-time greats who know each other incredibly well, and it had fans hanging on every move, descended into chaos with the arrival of. Do they have a name for this faction yet? Or is it just the
don't
Seth
think
Rollins
they've named
faction?
it. I don't think that they've named it.
Okay. We'll call them the. So we'll just call them the Seth Rollins faction. We had Penta and Sammy coming in to try to help. Cena showed flashes of the person he was, like when he had a chance to fucking hit CM Punk with a briefcase and he didn't. But Rollins clocked Punk with the Money in the Bank briefcase, and Big Match John didn't have any problems utilizing that. One of the funniest things was when the ref got knocked out. Garrett, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
And they called the new ref down.
Yeah,
And the new now John Cena had been knocked out at this point. And the new ref, full on sprint. I've seen this meme countless times already. And he gets to the point where he could like round the corner. And as he comes out, he didn't see that shoulder tackle coming from him and completely hit stick this ref across the mat. Like, that was great. That was fun.
Did you see the photo that they released? The arena was empty, and he's still laying on the floor like this. Hilarious.
Oh, yeah, I did see that meme. That was great. Yeah, I saw that meme.
So good.
So, it was a fun finish. Didn't, again, put either one of them over. But it kind of sets up Cody versus Cena in a rematch in SummerSlam, I'm guessing. Right?
Yes.
That's
Which takes me to my theory. And first
Austin?
off, can we say that's probably the least or the most underutilized person between him and Karrion Kross? That's insane.
Karrion Kross.
But the two of them just not being used. Anyways, do we think there's a possibility that at SummerSlam, the two of them square off in the rematch, Cena shenanigans and everything, and he still wins, he keeps it, and that is when he turns, when Cody goes full Homelander, and we get like modern day, like both, it's like him,
Or
Styles.
Seth's got the briefcase, bro. Like, maybe he beats. Maybe
I think
he
he's
wins.
gonna keep that for Raw. I think that was a tease to just kind of mess around because they still want Punk to look big, so that they use Seth to do all that stuff, the cheating, the shenanigans, and like that. So, but that was Punk's shot. That's over. Now, I don't know what. I'm with you. I don't know what they're going to do with Punk. I don't know what the angle of all of that is. But all I see forward is what are they going to do with Cody? Because everyone's going to start getting stale on Cody. Like, they got kind of stale on him prior. If he wins it back just as he currently is, it's immediately going to be stale. They're going to turn on him inside a month. A month. I give it tops.
He's got to go heel if he wins the belt back.
You know, it's maybe not even. Maybe that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe he loses it. He loses the match, and that's why he just loses his mind. And then maybe that's how we get like modern day Bullet Club in WWE. We get him. We get AJ. We get I don't know who else they can pull that used to be in that, but it'd be a decent faction to be there on SmackDown. So
yeah.
It'd be something. It'd be I don't know, a way to shake things up at least, and then maybe that's how you put John back to face, and then him and Punk can actually help each other. You know, maybe I don't know.
I think that Seth will cash in, and then like maybe Punk needs the help train John or some shit. I don't know. The cash in's gonna happen sooner than later. They're not gonna have Rollins hold on to it for a whole another year again.
No, and he's teased it so many times already.
Yeah. All right, so let's run through Raw quick. It wasn't anything spectacular. We started off with Rhea Ripley. Big reception. Ripley is smiling, but she's holding her ribs for her battle against Raquel Rodriguez. And Rhea says, "Welcome to Monday Night Mommy." Now that the Judgment Day and Raquel Rodriguez are behind her, hopefully for good, she's wondering what's next. With Evolution right around the corner, she feels like she has to get her priorities straight. Io Sky interrupts Ripley and heads to the ring to a nice ovation. Sky says you cannot have an Evolution without Io Sky. Ripley is wrong about one thing. Ripley is not on top, not without the title, because Sky has the title. And Pierce told her she can pick who she'll defend against the Evolution. She picks Rhea. Ripley smiles, says she has nothing but respect for Sky, and if that's what Sky wants, Ripley will do stop at nothing to get her title back. So we have one match down for Women's Evolution. Then we had a backstage segment with Dirty Dominic. When AJ Styles walks up to him, Mysterio has a doctor's note again and warns Styles that he's not cleared to compete. Adam Pearce verified it, and if Styles lays a finger on him, he won't get a title shot. Styles puts on his glasses and reads the letter. Let's be honest, AJ can't read. I know this. You know this. Styles says the doctor says Mysterio is a punk ass. Styles says obviously he can't read. Dominic is not a punk ass. He is a legitimate doctor's note, AJ. Leave him alone. Styles walks off and Mysterio says he doesn't want to beat up the elderly. Mysterio holds the notes up, scurries away. We got Finn and JD make their entrance. They'll challenge the New Day for the World Tag Team Championship next. And guess what happens, guys? They fucking won in a great ass match. This was, in my opinion, probably the best match of the night. It was almost pay-per-view quality match.
Easily. I mean, that's
Quality,
yeah.
you say.
Huh?
I said pay-per-view quality, you say.
Is there an angle to this? Does anyone think like?
I don't know, but the Judgment Day are now the World Tag Team Champions. I think it's going to be used to put a split between Dominic and Finn.
Okay.
That's the only thing
right.
I can really see.
Yeah.
We have a backstage interview with Jackie Redmond, another lovely addition. I love her. She's backstage with a dejected Bayley. Is she still focused on another opportunity, the IC title? Bayley says her focus hasn't changed. And even though Lyria got involved in her match, Lyria walks up to her and isn't happy that Bayley was talking about her. Lyria says she was going to apologize, but she no longer knows who Bayley is. I don't get this whole shit. It's not personal with them. It's personal with Valkyria and Becky, and I don't know. It looks like they're starting a little thing between those two. Then we got a backstage segment. Sheamus is preparing for his match against Rusev. High fives. Akira Tozawa. Then we get a huge career retrospective of WWE Hall of Loser Goldberg. He will compete in his fifth final match?
Yeah.
When he challenges up there for the world record most boringest match ever. The world record. Todd, I know how much you love Goldberg.
He is my hero. I have a picture of him above my bed for reasons
I know.
I don't want to get into.
He has a picture of him above his boner, too, actually.
Yeah.
So, last Monday on Raw, Chad Gable confronted Penta backstage. Penta kicked him down and hit the sacrifice. The other thing I wanted to bring out, too, about Night of Champions, anyone else notice CM Punk, AJ Lee's submission?
I
know Todd did.
You crackled out there. I couldn't really hear you, Joe.
Yeah.
CM Punk used AJ Lee's octopus submission in Night of Champions.
Oh, the octopus. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, you had to pull out all the stops, you know.
Yeah, all the stops. All right. So then we saw a video from earlier today. Chad Gable was talking to American Made with his arm in a sling. Adam Pearce walks up and wishes Gable good luck on his upcoming surgery. Gable says he's an Olympian and makes his own lunk. Pearce says he supposes they won't see El Grande Americano. Gable says he's the world's greatest luchador, so you'll never know. Gable tells American Made not to lose their spirit. Creed brothers aren't sure what they'll do without Gable. Gable tells them to listen to Ivy Nile. Ludwig Kaiser is shown lurking in the shadows. Dun dun dun.
Creeper.
So then Rusev makes his entrance. He'll battle Sheamus next. And then, after the commercial break, we see Adam Pearce talking to Nick Aldis. Finn Balor and JD walk up to them. Baylor's guessing they're trying to figure out what to do about the Women's Tag Championship. Baylor has a suggestion, which Aldis and Pierce want to hear. Baylor says Raquel Rodriguez worked hard to win and defend the titles. It would be mean of them to strip her of the titles. Baylor wants her to find a new tag partner. They ask if anyone in mind. Baylor pretends to think, then suggests who, guys? Roxanne Perez.
Oh,
Not you, Todd.
Damn.
It's a win for everyone. They can have
like,
matches
come
on Raw
on.
and SmackDown. Pierce says they'll have to confer. They turn to talk. Pearson says he'll allow it under one condition. Rodriguez and Perez will have to justify the decision and prove they're worthy champions. At Evolution, they'll defend the titles against a team from Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. We're going to get a 4-way women's tag fucking
I heard 4.
smorgasbord.
Times, huh?
Right, the dog is staring, so I'm trying to get him to lay down. But then I heard 4-way, so.
So then we got. It was a good match, but it was just a typical Rusev, Sheamus beat the piss out of each other match.
It was kind
And-
of. I give it like a 2, maybe 3. It just.
Yeah,
It's kind of a generic match.
100%.
And I like Sheamus. Like, I don't know. I feel like he always puts on good matches. But maybe
He-
it's just
he
because
does.
it's terrible. I don't know.
He's not terrible. I don't know why you hate Rusev, but Sheamus is just—he's been around so little. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
so
like
long.
he wrestles for a while and then he's out,
Right.
and then it's just like it's seems more like a lot of what Randy does, but Sheamus isn't Randy.
Let's
You
not-
know what I mean? So
Sheamus has been in Blockbuster. Michael Bay
He has.
movies, playing an anthropic rhinoceros.
he has. That's very
Randy
true.
Orton can't say that. So don't diminish the legend that is Sheamus, because Randy
Randy
Orton
can't do
hasn't been
that.
anything but the Sniper Part 4, 3, the Marine, whatever
no, it
the
was-
fuck he was.
No, it
He
was
was a
12.
Marine.
It was 12 rounds too. That's what it was.
He was the Marine too, I think, in one of them too.
No, I think weren't they all the Miz after what's his name, or was it in the second one? I don't know. Look it up.
That's what I'm doing. But it was a typical. I don't know, like Sheamus. It wasn't even the best Sheamus in fucking. You know what I mean? I don't know. It just didn't fucking do it for me.
It didn't tickle your fancy, buddy.
No.
It didn't. tickle your
Okay.
taint.
So the second one actually had. It was not the Miz. Was not the second one, but it wasn't Randy either.
It was DiBiase.
Yes, it was DiBiase.
It was DiBiase. Now that you said, I was like, wait, it was DiBiase.
It was DiBiase.
And then he got fired, and then he stole a bunch of money.
Yeah. Huh. Apparently his dad didn't have all the $1 million he thought he did.
Yeah. No, he went there. He did it. I thought he was Dad, I could be the $1 million man too.
About that, son. I made some bad investments in the late 90s. The dot-com boom
jeez.
really did me in. All right, so they're going to have a big battle royale for the women's title at WWE Clash in Paris, and the winner will be facing... No, they're going to have a royale at Evolution, and the winner fighting at WWE Clash in Paris. And then Jackie
the
Redmond
fuck
is
is
back... I don't know. I think it's going to be...
Like, I don't think I knew about it until like.
I don't know if it was announced till very recently. Jackie Redmond's backstage with American Made. How do they plan to move forward without their leader? Ivy Niles says she'll make sure to get herself in the Battle Royale at Evolution. Then all of a sudden, El Grande Americano walks in the frame before leaving. Jackie Redmond asks her for a comment, and Niles says no comment. A stunned American Made walks off. Redmond catches up with Sami Zayn backstage. Before she can ask a question, Karrion Kross viciously attacks him. Cross grabs a lead pipe and tells Zayn, say it, before smashing him in the ribs. Scarlett looked pleased. Zayn is in pain. It apparently hurts to get hit in the ribs with a pipe, guys.
No way.
Yeah. So Rhea Ripley has officially accepted the match at Evolution. And for some reason, they showed the members of the Pittsburgh Steelers football team in the crowd. I guess they're relevant a little bit. Todd doesn't care about the balls of sports. World Heavyweight Champion.
I heard they're really good golfers.
Sports ball.
World Heavyweight Champion Gunther heads to the ring. A week from Saturday, on Saturday night's main event, he'll defend his title against Goldberg. Ugh. It'll be Goldberg's fifth final match.
Now, hold on.
Go ahead.
No, I got okay. No, finish what you're saying about what your wrap up. For that. You're good.
Gunther says he's a 58-year-old man who wants to ride out his career in Gunther's coattails. One last hurrah at Gunther's expense. Except Gunther says that he's gonna beat up a bully and beat him up. I don't know.
Beat him up.
It just
so
then go ahead.
I already watched a pay-per-view where someone died. I really don't watch another in wrestling.
Yeah.
Like I'm not.
Yeah.
That's nothing about this is safe. Like all joking aside, like legitimately, nothing about this is safe. Like,
bro, Ric Flair had multiple heart attacks in his quote unquote last match.
Like, it's approaching that uncomfortable. You know what I mean? It's just.
So then
I'm not into it, Joe. So, Joe, we didn't get into that at all. Like, what do you think about this happening at all?
It's dumb. I hate Goldberg. Even when he was young and viral, like he doesn't do it for me. He literally was the dollar store Stone Cold knockoff. He's Stone Cold without a personality and a moveset. Like I think I actually liked him when he was on the show, The Goldbergs. He was a funny gym coach. I think he can do good. I just don't like his wrestling character. Have never liked his wrestling character. Don't think he earned his wrestling character. Like he was a gimmick that somebody forgot was a gimmick and never turned it off. Like it's been going on now for 30 fucking years. Like we get it. Who's next? Do you know who's next? Your pills. Go. It's bedtime, buddy. Like, go get your Alka-Seltzer. Go take your nighttime meds and go to sleep. Like,
yeah.
So then, as Gunther's out there talking, Seth's music kicks on. Mr. Money in the Bank. Seth Rollins heads out with Paul. He gets in the ring and the crowd sing his song. Gunther says that the look at Heyman's face says he's proud to travel very far and achieve nothing. Rollins says Gunther hasn't been paying attention. They're here to congratulate Gunther. They haven't seen him since he won the heavyweight championship. Gunther poses, which is weird. Rollins congratulates him, and if Gunther were paying attention, he would understand they did not go to Night of Champions to cash in Money in the Bank contract on John Cena. For the last 2 years, Rollins has said time and time again, if there's breath in his lungs, CM Punk will not be a world champion in this company. They flew all the way across the world to stay on that promise. Then, as in on cue, a CM Punk chant picks up. As it stands with the Money in the Bank contract, Rollins told the world it would be an all-out assault on both world titles. Rollins repeats himself as he coldly says, "Congratulations, champ." And then, who would have thought? CM Punk's music hits. An irate Punk runs down to the ring and attacks Rollins. Rollins quickly rakes the eyes and takes him down. Rollins hits the ropes for a stop, but Punk cuts him off with a back elbow. Rollins quickly bails out of the ring and runs through the crowd to escape. Punk shouts, "You're a coward!" Just like that. Another CM Punk chant fires up. Punk turns to leave, so Gunther grabs him. Punk shoves Gunther down, shouts at him, "Stop picking on me, you young whippersnapper," and leaves the ring. Rollins gleefully waves goodbye to Punk from the relative safety of the stands. All of a sudden, LA Knight appears behind him. They brawl into the arena concourse, and they fight near a bar before Rollins throws a drink in Knight's face and runs off to escape. I don't get this segment. I didn't get it last night. What are we setting up? Who are we setting up? So Goldberg's going to lose?
Man, he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. Cause you love him in London and Paris and Tokyo, America, Scotland and Canada and Mexico. They say I believe in Joe Hendry.
Hurt my hands a little bit.
Who did show up on NXT, as Todd informed me right after we called it that like he should show up somewhere. He immediately showed up.
Name man, he appears.
You didn't finish it, so I did.
Yeah. So, did this kind of feel like one of those Attitude Era segments where they needed to just throw everybody into it?
Yeah, like it's like, oh, we don't have shit for LA Knight to do. LA Knight, hey, I got an idea. When Rollins runs through the crowd, whoop his ass for no reason.
You know, it'll be
That's like some Stone Cold shit. Like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. It
it's-
did. Now that you say that, it did feel very Attitude Era.
It's just going to be one of those, you know.
All right. Let me get through the
It'll-
rest of this.
It'll be a match for next week. That's pretty much it. Just,
Yeah. All right. So then we had the Judgment Day. Finn and JD are hanging out with Dirty Dom and the new women's tag team champion, Roxanne Perez. They're all celebrating. And then Baylor says, when you listen to Finn, you win, which is the worst political campaign I've ever heard in my life. So if he's running for an office, pick something else. Like, Baylor's your savior, something. I don't know. Raquel Rodriguez walks up and asks why they're replacing Liv Morgan so quickly. Morgan has been rehabbing 2 to 3 times a week. Baylor says he's had a shoulder surgery and he knows it'll be a long road. He just wants them to stay on top. Rodriguez reluctantly agrees. Wow, my talk box isn't working too well right now. Maybe I need to go see the teeth doctor.
Teeth doctor, yeah. Best shit ever.
I was very high that day. Baylor says it's time to vote for Perez to be part of the Judgment Day. Baylor gives his vote. JD looks at Rodriguez before saying he wants him to stay on top. Mysterio says he'll have to ask Morgan, but Baylor tells him to make the decision himself.
Yeah.
Mysterio sighs and says, alleged. Yeah. Rodriguez puts her head down and tells Perez to make sure she holds up her end of the bargain. Perez is thrilled to be part of the Judgment Day. And then they should have gone to a shot of Carlito sitting on his couch at home eating an apple and just spitting it out as she's just very easily welcome in when he had to basically do some things to Damian Priest that I saw on the internet that I wouldn't want to do.
Okay.
Those boots are stinky. In the arena, Bayley makes her way to the ring. Her and Illyria are going to battle for the #1 contenders match. WWE is coming back to Australia in October. Apparently, we are now a really big international company, guys. So go catch your PLEs locally if you can before there's only like 2 in the U.S. a year. All right, so the winner will be the #1 contender for Becky Lynch's WWE Women's IC Championship. The bell rings and they lock up and they wrestle. Oh, my mouse is going a little haywire. Stand by. Ooh, I didn't want to click that. Calm down. Blah, 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 blah. All right. Let's go all the way back here. Here we go. And long story short, at the end of the match, Lyria goes for a German suplex. Bayley fights her off, and they clunk heads. They start to exchange some strikes at the center of the ring, but Valkyria ducks a clothesline, goes for the German suplex again. But Bayley hits her with a standing switch. Bayley goes for a rose plant, but Lyria counters with a Nightwing attempt. They start exchanging pins before the referee counts both their shoulders down. It's a draw, guys. They pinned each other at the same time.
Oh, shit, son.
Amazing.
It was a great match. It really was. They're both fucking workers. Lyria really is.
Yeah, they are.
Lyria, Roxanne, they are really jumping to the top of the next generation real quick.
So it's obviously going to be a triple threat.
Yeah, it should be. We get an announcement that Seth and LA Knight will battle next Saturday at Saturday night's main event. Backstage, CM Punk is walking, and Jackie Redmond stops him. Punk says Seth Rollins' knees haven't worked that well in years, and he ran away. Punk says that he has receipts for Rollins' whole group. Punk goes over to LA Knight and says he knows he's got an issue with Rollins, but he needs to get back to the back of the line. Knight says his match against Rollins was just announced for Saturday night main event, so he's in the line. Yeah! And he walks off. Then we have Sami Zayn being treated by medical professionals. Ribs are heavily taped. Penta, his tag partner for the evening, checks in on him. Zayn painfully pulls himself to his feet and says he's still going through with the match.
Of course he is.
Like, they are building him up. They need to put a fucking title on him quick.
It's killing.
In the gorilla position, Heyman's still clutching the Money in the Bank briefcase. With he's hanging out with Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. The Sons of Braun. I don't know. Heyman talks to Seth Rollins on his
Breakers.
phone. The big Bronson Breaker Reeds. Reed asks where the Visionary is. Heyman says he's on a jet perfecting Plan B. Reed asks, so Seth apparently got on went to an airport, got clearance, and now is in the air in a private jet since we saw him earlier. That man has invested very, very well. Heyman says that there is a plan, but there is a time. Breaker cuts him off and says it starts with these two. Breaker tells the production crew to hit his music. Penta will start the match against Braun. It's a decent match. If I had to give it a grade, I don't know. I would say 8.
Out of 100 or out of 10?
Out of 10.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
Like, it was a pretty good match.
80
So-
100, it's not even worth ranking anything.
I just got to ask the questions here. That's all. I'm just saying.
And then our winner, of course, is Braun Breaker and Big Bronson Reed. They wouldn't have hurt Sammy if they were going to win. Let's be honest. At the end of the match, we had Zayn and Breaker tag in. Zayn hits an exploder suplex into the corner before going to the opposite corner. Zayn charges for a hell of a kick, but Breaker wipes him out with a leaping clothesline. Breaker pulls the straps down and hits the ropes for a spear, but Zayn big boots him down. 1, 2, Bronson breaks up the pin. Penta runs in, but Reed knocks him out of the ring. Zayn hooks Reed's head for a suplex, but he can't get Reed up. He's a big boy, guys. Reed goes for the suplex, but Sammy twists out of it. Sammy sidesteps him and drives him in the turnbuckles. I was starting to say Penta with buckles at the same time. Penta snaps Reed off the top rope, and Zayn hits Reed with a vertical suplex. Zayn then turns into a massive spear from Braun Breaker, and they win. Penta checks on Sami Zayn before Breaker hits him with another spear. Reed signals for the tsunami, and then what do we get, Todd?
Oh, yeet, yeet.
I'm just standing here like a gopher, just being cool and shit.
You know what? There's a lot of shit I got to get to and move to and these things, so, you know, this is what you
Main event, Jey Uso rolls up, and he hits the ring with a chair. Uso greets Braun Breaker in the aisleway with a chair before smashing it off his back. Reed invites Uso into the ring. Uso gets in the ring and punches away at Reed before hitting a super kick. Reed hasn't gone down, so Uso throws the chair into his head, knocking him out of the ring. I didn't think we were allowed to do chair headshots anymore, guys.
I don't think we're supposed to.
Yeah, so Uso stands tall with Penta and Sammy as Heyman, Breaker, and Reed look on from ringside. And that is our Raw rundown for this week. I know I'm no Drew, guys, but I try my very best.
Hey, nobody's Drew, but
Except Drew.
except Drew.
That's true. I was
So-
watching the Drew Carey show the other day. Does that count? As a
No,
Drew?
it's
That,
different.
it doesn't, but that's a whole different Drew, and that's pretty cool.
So
Yo,
I'm hoping the next couple of weeks get better because I am hitting that point that hits every couple months where
This
I'm
is the point
almost
I was
like,
gonna make.
hey guys, let's not even do the show this week because fuck wrestling.
So
it's getting boring.
that is what I was going to bring up, because Todd said something where I was like, "Hey, did we see da da da?" da?" And Todd was like, "No, this is boring and it's killing me," yeah, or something to that effect, right, Todd? And it's like,
Shit, it's boring.
it's like boring and predictable, And then even when we're like, okay, they're going to give us a swerve, and they give us something terrible. It's a terrible swerve.
I don't even care if it's entertaining and predictable. Give me some sort of real entertainment. And there are peaks and valleys in this business. We all know that. And not every storyline tickles everybody's fancy.
Right.
But it's not just me. It's really been all of us. There's been way more valleys than peaks lately.
Way
And
more.
thankfully, Big John has not been a valley. He has been a peak on this run. I'm actually starting to give a fuck about what's going on the Samoan Island again because we've added the rest of the island.
We got the
Hopefully.
fresh blood in there, yeah.
But
just-
like we're sitting back waiting for Roman and everybody else because come November at Survivor Series, we're gonna get a War Games match, and it's going to be the true OG Bloodline because now with Solo kicked out, we're all thinking he's gonna side with Roman. So, Jacob could go the other way and go with these new fellas.
Right.
And Solo might end up with, and we might get OG Bloodline versus this new Bloodline, and then Roman decimate and create the OG Bloodline, and then Moxley comes back, and we have a Shield against each other. Then they're a reunion because the Bloodline, and then Scott Hall gets resurrected, and Kevin Nash and Hulk Hogan bring back the NWO, but they're all friends, and Macho comes back from heaven with a giant, with a Slim Jim and everything. And Owen Hart falls in reverse.
That was so terrible, I think you gave me cancer.
Is this thing on?
That was perfect, Todd. Thank you. That was all we needed. That was so terrible. That gave me
Sorry.
cancer.
All right. So, UWE, check them out. Go
Check
learn
'em
some
out.
shit. Joe's Buds,
You'll find me there.
go get high.
You won't
Legally
find
and
us.
safely. Don't be willy-nilly about it. Make sure you don't drive under the influence of
Willy
anything
nor
but
nilly.
life itself. And possibly caffeine.
Yeah.
Joey F. and Stones.
It's Garrett. It's
I
Todd.
am
or-
Alexander Graham Bag.
There you go.
God, you really have a voiceover voice.
Yeah. The one person who doesn't need a voiceover voice.
3 letters, 3 words. WrestleFandom Radio.
Peace out, y'all.